look, we saw a lot of IP last cycle with NFTs like booming in 21, 22. A lot of brands, a lot of NFTs. I mean, I'm trying to think of some of the big ones we saw, like Budweiser and Pepsi, and like the NFL was here, and all kinds of characters too. And I don't know if the space was ready for it then. You know, again, I think even then we were too early for IP, but is AI giving that new life or letting that live up to its real potential now? Because really the characters will feel alive and they'll feel
Yeah, if
personal.
it's
And
like this, it will. The other stuff was just collectibles. To Max's point,
right.
it wasn't like a dog. So if Budweiser would have put something out that made that connection, and had utility and filled some need, then I think absolutely. But it didn't. It was just largely a cash grab.
Right. And Max, from your standpoint too, has there been maybe like an awakening out there because of AI, where now all of a sudden we see this like awesome synergy with agents, and then those recognizable IP.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I'm a bit biased here because this is something I work on a daily basis. But to like Randy's point, I think that is exactly why the kind of a lot of the NFTs that use iconic IP failed, right? Even actually Hello Kitty tried to do an NFT project like that, and it didn't work out too well. It's mostly because I think, again, to Randy's point, they launched it with this new technology without actual utility, right? And so it was mostly like, okay, let's just do collectibles. And so majority of those brands didn't even know what drives value to a collectible, right? And so if there is no value in that collectible, what else can you do with it? And they didn't really have an answer to that. And I saw that with a bunch of different brands. So now when we have this ability to actually combine utility with ownership, right? You have this powerful combination where not only do you get that sense that this is uniquely yours, but also you have that extreme utility of now, I guess it's the first use case is companionship, but then eventually into more AI agentic type functionality.
What does that look like to you? Like the type of utility you get through an agent, and then I'm curious how it being that recognizable character or brand, how that actually buffs the experience, how it makes it better. Because I can see already how it will, but I would love to hear from you.
Yes, actually, again, Randy touched upon that a little bit with his Bugs Bunny companion. We have this natural gravity towards characters that we're familiar with. And so if I were to say, let's just launch an AI agent without a face, right? It's very difficult to like actually resonate with that character or resonate with that agent because you inherently don't really trust anything without a face. It'd just be like if I didn't have my camera on right now, it's a little bit mysterious, right? And even if you did add a face to it, let's say our own IP or something like a humanoid character. I'm not sure the ones you've seen, but all of the humanoid avatars that I've seen don't cross that it's kind of like a Black Mirror episode where it's a bit uncanny valley, right? We can all detect when something is CGI in a sense, like the face is not real, and that builds distrust, and especially with our long-term vision with AI agents and AI companions, I want this thing to be integrated into all your devices, everything you do. And that terrifies people. And it technically should, right? You shouldn't give so much access to an AI. You shouldn't give all of that. But the benefits will eventually outweigh those kind of fears. And so how do I overcome those fears? How do I make people inherently trust more our AI companions so that they're more open to like entertaining the idea of, hey, these are actually things that we should be able to kind of integrate more friendly interfaces, right? And so the sweet spot here is with nostalgic IP. That's how we're starting. We will eventually get towards custom avatars, right? But the idea here is that with these characters like Bugs Bunny, you can just resonate with them. You have this inherent ability to be friendly and you know the character itself. And that's the first step towards being able to integrate that AI into your daily life.